Hello gamers, and welcome back to another episode of Solo Spelunking. And tonight it'll be the grand finale of my Keep on the Shadowfell adventure using Tiny D6 and specifically Tiny Dungeons. Okay, so let's see, is the camera rolling? Yes, it is. Alright, so our party of fearless adventurers consisting of Nathan Wayne, Harper Agent operating in the Nantir Vale, Adele, Traveling Mage, Yamil, Captain of the Winterhaven Militia, and Marissa, Scout and Outdoorswoman of the Winterhaven Militia. And we have made our way through 2 dungeon levels beneath the Keep on the Shadowfell, which was built a couple of generations ago to guard this passageway or rift to the dark plane called the Shadowfell. And a demon cult, a death cult of the demon prince Orcus has occupied this ruined keep because they want to reopen this rift to the Shadowfell, and it is our task to stop them. So this is what we are going today, hopefully. So I took inspiration from this adventure, of course, here to set up the final battle, but I made some changes. So obviously I'm not using the large poster map because I didn't want to go through the hassle of setting up this huge map. So I'm using my dungeon tiles, but they work just as fine. And I'm basically almost using this encounter as it is. So we have Kalarel, the Scion of Orcus, and 2 skeletal warriors that are protecting him. I didn't include the Deathlock White because it will be probably a difficult fight anyway. So just a little insight what I did to try to gauge this fight to see how I need to balance it or how difficult I need to make it so that it is challenging. So what I did, I added up all my current hit points of my party. So we currently have a total of 13 hit points, and we have an action economy of 8 actions because we're 4 characters and everybody gets 2 actions. So what I did, I gave the enemies also a total of 13 hit points. So Kalarel, the Scion of Orcus, or is it Scion? I don't know how it's pronounced. He's got 10 hit points. And this, if you look at these pawns, one of those skeletons is printed a little larger. And I also marked it here. So this larger skeleton has 2 hit points, and this skeleton has 1 hit point. So the enemies also have a total of 13 hit points, but the action economy is in our favor. But of course, we still need to waste actions to get rid of these guys unless we want them to be able to pepper us with attacks every round. So we will see how this goes. So these guys, they don't have any special abilities. So this is a 1 hit point, 2 hit point monster that just attack with 2d6, and they deal 1 point of damage with their rusty daggers, and this is basically it. And Kalarel, the Scion of Orcus, he's of course a little tougher, so he's got 10 hit points, and he's got 2 traits. He is spell touched as well, meaning he can do arcane ranged attacks and minor magical effects. And what I did, I gave him 2 options for his arcane attack. He can either do light arcane bolts, which deal 1 damage, and he could make 2 attacks, or he could cast a heavy bolt, which deals 2 damage, but then he can't use any other action to attack. So those are his spell touched attacks, and they're just standard 2d6 attacks. And just for fluff, he moves by teleporting 6 squares. So he sort of uses like a Misty Step spell that you might know from Baldur's Gate. So he doesn't care about terrain or enemies blocking his path. As long as he can see his destination square within 6 squares, he can move there by teleporting. So that would be his move. When he slays a PC, which means when he reduces a PC to 0 HP, he regains 1 HP, but he has to reduce the PC with his mace. And he has mastered his mace. It is a light weapon. So he, in melee, if he uses his mace, he attacks 3d6 because he's got advantage. And as a final trait, he is a shield bearer, just like Nathan is, meaning if he uses his action to evade, he can test 2d6 instead of 1d6. And I'm treating this as an arcane shield. So he doesn't really have a shield. So when he uses the evade action, it will be in the story, the cinematic effect that he conjures up an arcane shield that basically protects him. The Shield of Orcus. Okay. So, and this, of course, this is an altar, and these blocks, they represent walls, and there's something special about these walls, because there are portals in there to the Shadowfell, and only a very slim membrane is separating the Shadowfell from our plane of existence. And if you look at this picture here, there are like clawed beasts behind this thin membrane, and you can see it moving, and those claws, they constantly try to grab someone. So in game terms, it means if you enter one of these squares, you suffer 1 point of damage because you are hit by this shadow clawed monster that tries to make its way into our plane of existence. So this is the setup. So after the last encounter, fighting this under-priest of Orcus, we make our way down a stone stairway into this larger hall. And as we move down the stairway, we can already hear a rhythmic enchanting noise. And this is from Kalarel, who is conducting a ritual at the altar. So we make our way down the stairs, and this chamber is lit in a dim, reddish, unholy light, which casts an eerie glow on its surroundings. So Adele, she distinguishes her magic arcane lightning. And so we make our way down into this chamber. We hear this religious chanting coming from this western side of this great hall. And Yamil and Marissa, in this dim light, they see this unholy undead skeleton creature as they reach the bottom of the stairs. So they can't see this creature here because it's hidden behind this wall. So this is it. No time to waste. We are rolling initiative. So let's make again my little sheet here. We put the enemies in the center, and we will see who goes before and who goes after the enemies. So we start with Yamil. He tests 2d6. better get my cup out of the way here. 2d6. And he passes. 5 and 6. 2 successes. So he goes before the enemies. Ymil. So, Adele, Traveling Mage, is also testing 2d6. You know what? I could just basically roll them all together. It's quicker. And Nathan, he's got the yellow dice because he has the Vigilant trait. He rolls with advantage. So let's see. Okay, so Adele will go after. She does not pass. Nathan, 6, 6, 5. All successes will go before. As will Marissa with a 6 and a 4. So except for Adele, everybody goes before the enemies, which is great, which means we can use this opportunity to maybe get rid of one of these creatures there. So I will start with Marissa. She will not move. She will take 2 actions, 2 attacks against this skeleton warrior here. But because he's got cover from this wall, and there's also a little obstruction here, this rubble. So long story short, she will attack with disadvantage. So only 1d6, and I will roll her 2 actions. So every d6 represents 1 attack. Yes, 1 hit. So this guy suffers 1 point of damage, but this is the one that has 2 points. So he's still standing, and Marissa has acted. So I'm using my little cubes here. And now we still got Nathan and Ymil. And Ymil, he does not have a ranged attack. So he will take a move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he will move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up to this corner here. And as his second action, he will just take the evade action. So he assumes a defensive stance with his 2-handed sword at the ready to see what awaits. Okay, and Nathan, he actually has a ranged attack option because he's got a short bow and his magic longsword, but he does not have it mastered or is not proficient with it, so he will attack with disadvantage anyways. But I also want to make some distance, get some distance. No, you know what? I'm going to attack from where I am. So figures do not block line of sight. So I'm attacking this creature, but with disadvantage, only 1d6, because Nathan, he only has, I think, 1 hit point. So yeah, he's got 1 hit point. So whenever I can, I should take an action to evade. Because of his shield bearer trait, I will evade with 2d6. So, but first he attacks with his short bow. Yes, it's a 6, which means it's a hit, which means this guy is dead, or dead again. So first action was shooting, and his second action, so he can't shoot again. He would need an action to reload because he does not have quick shot. But as his second action, he will also take the evade action. So now we got the enemies, and then we still have Adele. But so far it's actually not that bad because we already got rid of 1 enemy. Okay, so this creature, they're very stupid. They're not smart. It will just move 1, 2, 3 adjacent to Ymil and attack with the rusty scimitar, 2d6. And I will roll Ymil's evade action. So he evades 1d6, 5 or 6 he blocks. No, he doesn't block. He rolls a 4, but sadly the creature hits because he's got a 5, a success. So Ymil is hit and takes 1 point of damage, taking him down to 2 points. All right, and that was this creature. It moved and it attacked. So Ymil evaded. This action stays in effect until his next turn, so he will still be able to evade the attacks. And now it is Kalarel, and he is wearing a dark black armor and a helmet with horns from this horned ram skull, which is like the symbol of Orcus. And he shouts, "Infidels, how dare you interrupt my holy ritual to worship the only god, the demon prince of Orcus. You will suffer eternal pain in hell for this, what is it, heresy? Yes, for this heresy." And let's see, he can see Ymil. He can see Marissa, I think. I'm not sure about Nathan and Adele. Maybe even not. So long story short, he will just focus on Ymil because he sees him. This is like the immediate target. And he just points his mace at Ymil and conjures up an arcane bolt. And I am using the heavy arcane bolt, which means I can make only 1 attack, so 2d6, but I would deal 2 points of damage, and he blasts Ymil because it's an arcane bolt like magic missile. He does not get disadvantage for cover or him being in melee. This is just magic, so hopefully Ymil evades. Yes, he does, luckily, because otherwise he would have been down. So Kalarel conjures up this heavy bolt and unleashes it, purple energy, towards Ymil, but he, despite wearing heavy armor, gracefully dodges out of the way in the last minute. And now he can take a second action, Kalarel, and he will also use the evade action, using his Shield of Orcus shield bearer trait, the arcane shield that he will summon. Okay, so I think everybody acted. He acted. I don't need to put a cube there because I would just take it away anyways. And now we are in the next round. So these evade actions, they go because it's their turn. Kalarel stays until his turn comes up again. Okay, so Marissa, she will attack from where she's at this skeleton with disadvantage because of the skeleton being in melee with an ally. So again, 2 shots. She's got quick shot, 5 or 6 hit. So every die represents 1 shot because of the disadvantage. Oh no, it's 4-4, so no hit, because this guy only has 1 hit point, but sadly, she doesn't hit. And she can't take any other actions because she took her actions. And I just see I'm an idiot. I should have just used Ymil first. But, never mind. Now Ymil, he has a heavy weapon. And so he will just make 1 attack. He has mastered his 2-handed sword. So attacks with advantage. The skeleton didn't evade because it moved and attacked. So if he hits, yes, 5-5-3. 5 and 6 are successes, so he hits, dealing 2 points of damage because of his heavy weapon. So this creature, with one forceful strike, he crushes it, and then again he takes a second action, also the evade action. So that was Emil and Marissa. Now we have Nathan as a final contestant. Okay, so Nathan, he will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He will move up to here as his move, and as his action, he can't shoot because he would need this action to reload because he doesn't have quick shot. But I'm thinking evade, because I wanted to get close to get into melee. Yeah, so he will evade as his second action. Okay. Oh, and I think I forgot Adele. Yeah, I forgot Adele last round. My mistake. Yeah, wasted an activation, so this is that. So now it's the enemy's turn, but thankfully there's only one enemy left, and this is Kalarel, who again, from this raised dais where the altar is, conjures up an arcane bolt, a heavy arcane bolt, and unleashes it once again towards Yamil, who has an option to evade. You infidels! Feel the wrath of Orcus, he goes. Ah, lucky, he didn't hit, and I would have evaded. So, again, he conjures up this bolt, but I duck, and again, as a second action, he will also once again evade. And now it's Adele's turn. I will not forget her, so she will move up 1, 2, 3, 4, take cover behind this stone pillar, and with her remaining action she will unleash an arcane bolt, light attack, 2d6. Oh, and Kalarel, he can of course evade, and because he's got this Shield of Orcus, he can evade 2d6. No hit, but it would also have been no evade, so let's just for cinematic purposes say that she unleashes this bolt, and the Shield of Orcus that he conjures up, a reddish round disc that emanates around his forearm just like a normal shield. He raises his arm, and the shield absorbs the arcane blast. Okay, next round. Okay, so our turn. Nathan. I mean, I know he's almost... no, wait. Yamil. Let's see. Can he reach him? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not really, but... I don't care. So Yamil, he will charge 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And his second action, however, will be to evade again until he gets close. So that was Yamil. Marissa is down here. She will also move up a little. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She will move up to here and take one shot at Kalarel, and because he's not in a melee with an ally now, she does not get disadvantage, and attacks 3d6, but he can evade 2d6 because he's still got his Shield of Orcus conjured up. Oh, he fails, and Marissa hits. So Kalarel, first blood, suffers 1 point of damage taking him to 9 hit points. Okay, that was Marissa, and now we still have Nathan. So Nathan will move up now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and take a second action also to evade. Okay, now it is Kalarel's turn, because now it's the enemy's turn, and then it'll be Adele. Okay, so will he... Yeah, he will move into close combat. So he takes 1 action to move, 1, 2 to engage Ymil, and his second action will be an attack with his mace that he has mastered, light weapon. So no evade for him this time. And Ymil still has his evade, but only 1d6. So let's see. Okay, no evade, but a hit. So the mace hits Ymil for 1 point of damage. It's a light weapon. And if he is reduced to 0, Kalarel would regain 1 hit point. But Ymil is at 1 hit point now. So he tries to block, but doesn't manage to block. And now we finally have Adele. And she's in a good position from where she's at. She will just use her 2 actions to unleash 2 arcane bolts. Because they're arcane bolts, no disadvantage. And this time Kalarel, because he attacked, does not have his Shield of Orcus up. The first arcane bolt. And it's a hit. And the second, it's a miss. So 1 point of damage. Kalarel at 8 hit points. We all have acted. We start a new round. Okay. Ymil, let's see. When he kills the target, he can cleave, and he's an opportunist. He can counterattack with disadvantage on a failed enemy attack. But this enemy attack didn't fail. It hit. Okay, so I'll start with Ymil because he is in close combat with Kalarel. He uses his 2-handed sword as his first action. No, you know what? No, he will evade as second action. I was thinking about focusing, but he has mastered the sword. Yeah, there's the 5. That's all I need. 5 and 6. Yeah, so 2 points of damage. Kalarel goes to 6. And that his second action will be the evade. And now Marissa, but this time with disadvantage because engaged with an ally in melee. Every d6 is a shot. Miss, miss. So she peppers him with arrows, but they go wide. And now finally it is Nathan who will advance. 1, 2, 3. And attack with Acris, the longsword, the magic longsword. So no evade. 3 with advantage. Oh, it's a hit. So 1 point of damage. Kalarel didn't evade. Alright, but now it is Kalarel's turn. You infidels! And he now uses his light weapon, his mace, to first attack Nathan, who did not evade because he attacked. Meaning, if Nathan goes down, because he only's got 1 hit point left, Kalarel regains 1 hit point. I got a bad feeling about this. So first action, yes, it's a hit. So Nathan is reduced to 0 hit points. He's not slain yet, but Kalarel regains a hit point, back to 6. And that was his first action. And now his second action, he attacks Ymil with his mace. That's the good thing about a light weapon. You can attack twice. But Ymil, he can evade. Blocked with his... Oh no! Kalarel hits 6 and 5, and Ymil fails the block with a 1, taking 1 point of damage. And this also takes him down to 0. So Nathan is at 0 and Ymil at 0. And so he, full of rage, "Orcus, guide my hand!" Kalarel screams and smashes this unholy mace into Ymil, who goes down, and you can see like a reddish mist as if it sucks the life out of Ymil, going back into Kalarel, who is now back up to 7 HP. But he has acted. And now we finally have Adele. So it's up to the ladies now. But thankfully Kalarel didn't evade. So Adele unleashing 2 arcane bolts with her spell touched trait. First arcane bolt, miss, 3 and 4. Damn it. Second arcane bolt. Oh, yes, luckily a 6. 1 point of damage. Kalarel back to 6. Adele has acted. So everybody has acted. New round. And now the thing is that, of course, the action economy is in Kalarel's favor. Not in his favor, but evened out. So Marissa can go before. She will go before, and she will make 2 attacks. We need to deal damage. Thankfully, this time with advantage, and quick shot allows her to attack twice. So she quickly peppers him with 2 arrows. Ah, lucky. 1, 4, 5. That is 1 hit. Kalarel didn't evade because he attacked twice. So Kalarel down to 5 HP. And now the next attack. Second action. Yes, 4, 6, 5. Again a hit. Kalarel down to 4. But now Nathan and Ymil need to make a save test, I think. So a 2d6 save test to see if they stabilize. And I think next round they get another one with disadvantage, and if they fail that one, they're dead. So Nathan, yes, 6 and 5. Nathan stabilizes, but he's still down, I think. I would have to look up the rules, but I think that was the case. I don't think that you get back up with 1 hit point. I don't know, this would be actually important, but I gotta look at that afterwards. I don't have the rule book here with me because I got it digitally and my phone is my camera. So yeah, Ymil also stabilizes. Okay, so these 2 guys are stabilized, but I will rule that they're still unconscious at 0 hit points. I don't think they regain hit points. They just don't die. So this is how I will go with this. Okay, now it's the enemy's turn. Kalarel. He will unleash an arcane bolt, a heavy arcane bolt with his first action, 2d6, and target Marissa. He hits 1 and 5. 5 hits, and Marissa didn't evade because she was shooting twice. So Marissa goes to 3 HP. And with his second action now, he will take the evade action, meaning he summons the Shield of Orcus. And now we have Adele, the Traveling Mage, unleashing arcane bolts, but this time she's got to get past this arcane Shield of Orcus. First bolt hits, but is absorbed by the shield. 4, 6 and 4, 6. Second bolt. Oh, second bolt hits, but again 3/6 also absorbed by the shield. Next round. Okay, Marissa. Okay, so I think Kalarel, was he at... now I forgot. Was he at 4 hit points or at 5? I think he was at... I got the 5 crossed out. I think he was at 4. Okay, so... but she still got his shield up. So now Marissa. First attack. Mastered. Versus the shield. She would not have hit 1, 2, 3, but then again he also got a 5, so that's nothing. So again the arrow is absorbed, deflected by this reddish arcane shield of Orcus. Second attack, miss. 1, 2, 4, no success. And Kalarel 2 5s also would have easily deflected. Damn. So that was Marissa. Alright, these guys are stable but down. I don't need to roll any more saves. So now it's Kalarel's turn. And he will... No, he will not move up. He will again take his shield action, his evade, and his first action will be the heavy arcane bolt versus Marissa. 2d6. Oh, and he hits 4 and 5, bringing Marissa down to 1 hit point. This is getting close here. Okay, that was Kalarel, and he takes the evade action. And now we have Adele, who unleashes again bolts of arcane force, trying to get through this arcane shield. First attack. Yes, she hits with a 5, and he does not absorb it. 1 and 4, so he's at 3 hit points. And now the second attack. This is getting close here. And Adele hits, but he absorbs with a 5. Okay, so that was Adele. Next round. Kalarel still got his evade up. Marissa, so no funny things here. We got our rhythm now. She tries to pepper him with arrows. He's got his shield up. First attack. Yes, hit and deflect, so nothing. Second attack. Miss, and it would have been also deflected. So nothing for Marissa. Those guys are still down. Kalarel. Ha ha ha! Now you will meet my lord, the demon prince, as he devours your unworthy soul, infidel. And he unleashes the heavy arcane bolt at Marissa. And this is not good. And as his second action, he will again keep his shield up. Yes, he hits, bringing Marissa down to 0. Now it is up to Adele. She's still at 4. So Marissa goes down. That was his turn. He conjured the heavy bolt and takes his evade action to keep up the shield of Orcus. Now come on, Adele, you can do it. Adele, first action. Oh no, he would have not... damn it. So 1-3 versus 1-1. Nothing happens. Second attack. Come on, Adele, you can do it. Oh, damn it. No hit, and he has a 5 and a 6. So that's it for Adele. Damn it. Now she didn't evade. Now because she needs to evade now too. Okay, but he goes... Ha! Okay, so next round. First we make the test for Marissa because she goes before if she stabilizes. No, she doesn't. So she does not stabilize. So I get another chance with disadvantage next round, and then she's dead. Okay, and now Kalarel. He now toys with her because now he advances 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He just moves 6, and with the second action, however, he keeps up his shield. So he slowly, in his intimidating black armor, advances towards Adele. Yeah, who is getting nervous. Come on, he's got 3 hit points left. Adele, you can do it. Come on, Adele. So, yeah, no. Damn it. So she didn't. I was misreading the 5. I thought it was Adele's throw. So no, she got to attack again. Come on, Adele. Yes, yes, yes. 5, 5, and 4, 4. So he is down to 2 hit points. That was Adele. Okay, next round. Next round. Before is only Marissa who needs now to stabilize with disadvantage, however. Save test. Please. I kind of like her. No. Okay, so Marissa perishes. Her wounds are too severe. She dies. But luckily she was killed with an arcane bolt, so he did not regain a hit point because only his mace does that. But now, okay, now this is where the metagaming comes in now. So she perishes. Now it's Kalarel. So Kalarel could move and attack, which means, however, that he would not be able to keep his shield up. And he only has 2 hit points left, so that would be a stupid move. So the best move would be to stay where he's at. But this is metagaming because he feels confident. So I think I'm going to dice off 1, 2, 3, which is bad for me, means he will unleash a heavy bolt and keep his shield up, and 4, 5, 6 means, because that would be good for me, he advances and attacks in melee. All right, so let's give me a good roll for me, because I think it would be better if he advances. Yes, lucky. Okay, so it's his turn now, and he feels confident, and he wants to toy with Adele, so he moves up. Now you will feel Orcus' wrath. And he goes 1, 2, 3. And he does not take his shield action. His second action is his mace attack. He has mastered the mace, but it's a light weapon. And he attacks. Ha ha! And he hits. And Adele can't evade. So Adele goes down to 3 hit points. But now it's Adele's turn, and she can make 2 attacks, and he only's got 2 hit points, and he didn't get his shield up, so that was not the wisest move for him. But I can't really outsmart myself, so I had to roll off. So maybe I'm lucky. Otherwise, this would probably be a TPK. So Adele, unleashing the first arcane bolt. She can still miss. And she hits, luckily. Bringing him down to 1. And now the final attack. Oh no, it's yes, 4 and 6. Yes. So Kalarel, he was too overconfident, and he could have moved by teleporting, but wouldn't have made any difference because this is just for fluff. He does not gain more speed. So he was overconfident, and he probably didn't know, because of his adrenaline and his fanatic rage, how close he was actually to the brink of death. So as she unleashes with her last effort and bit of concentration, she was at 3 hit points, she unleashes her last arcane bolt that engulfs Kalarel, and he goes, no! And he goes down. And Adele, she looks around herself, can't really believe it. No, and then she runs up to Marissa, tries to feel her pulse. Oh no, it can't be. Marissa. So she is dead. Marissa perished. Then she runs up to those two guys, and luckily they seem to be stable. Their pulse is weak, as is their breathing. So they're stable. So she, with her last effort, she conjures up a last bit of arcane energy. Let's see, she's got the healer trait, but she used it up. But let's just see if she can, like, maybe restore 1 hit point to Nathan. Yes. And can she restore a hit point to Yamil? Yes. So because fueled by her desperation and because of her strong will and determination, she manages to restore these guys to 1 hit point. So they're weak and stable. What happened? And she quickly explains. And then they head back to Marissa. Oh no, Marissa! Ymir goes, it can't be. And Nathan goes, may the gods have mercy on her soul. Let's take her with us. She needs a proper burial. Okay, so they make sure first that Kalarel is really dead, and they take all his trinkets, like his staff and amulet rings, whatever he has that might have some connection or some arcane properties with them, and then they throw him into this portal where he is grabbed by this creature and dragged into the Shadowfell to be never seen again. Okay, help me carry her. And then Yamil and Nathan, both weak, carry Marissa, and they make their way out of the dungeon into the wilderness. They have lost all track of time, but thankfully the keep is not far from Winter Haven, so it's only like a 1 or 2 hour walk. There's like a map in here. So where's this map? Never mind now, but it's not far. So here you have got a picture of Kalarel with his staff and his horned helmet. Oh yeah, here's the map. So this is the keep, and there's Winter Haven, and this is only like 2 miles, so it's not, I don't know, it's maybe like a half an hour walk. So we stick to the path and make our way to Winter Haven. So I'm not going to roll for an encounter now. And yeah, so the villagers rejoice. Lord Pedrake holds a celebratory feast in our honor. But first, we give Marissa a proper burial with honors and a memorial. And before we feast, Nathan writes a letter back to Fallcrest to report on his findings to his fellow Harper that tasked him in the very first episode, I think, with investigating these happenings around Winterhaven. And yeah, now we are happy to report that by paying a hefty price, we have stopped this evil cult. All right, folks, so this concludes my Keep on the Shadowfell adventure with some creative license and using Tiny D6. I hope you like this series. I will update the playlist, so another adventure complete. So yeah, if you like this story, please like the video, subscribe and comment and do all this YouTube stuff. And if you want to support the channel some more, pick up one or two of my products on Drive-Thru RPG. I put the link in the description. And yeah, thank you for watching. As always, stay safe and stay healthy. And I will see you all hopefully in the next video. Have a wonderful evening and bye-bye.